the entitled family who tried to claim my house. So I, 28F, live in a small suburban neighborhood where everyone pretty much minds their own business. Except my next-door neighbors. Let's call them the Millers. They're the kind of family that thinks the world owes them a discount, a favor, or your sanity. Everything was fine until one day. Mrs. Miller knocked on my door holding a casserole. I should have known something was wrong, because she never brings free food unless she wants something. She smiles and goes, "Hey, sweetie, small request. My sister's family is visiting for the summer. Since you live alone, could they stay in your guest room?" I laughed because I don't have a guest room. I have a tiny 2-bedroom house where the second room is my office. I politely said no. This woman's face dropped like I insulted her ancestors. She muttered something about selfish millennials and stormed off. Cool, whatever. Twist 1. She wasn't done. The next morning, I hear yelling outside. The sister, her husband, and their 2 kids are literally carrying luggage onto my porch. I step outside like, "What are you doing?" Mrs. Miller smiles proudly and says, "Well, you weren't using the room, so we decided to help you be generous." Excuse me. I blocked the door and told them to leave. The sister starts complaining that their Airbnb smelled weird, and they were entitled to neighbor hospitality. At this point, I'm done being nice. I threaten to call the police, and they finally retreat, and that should have been the end. But, twist 2. 2 days later, I get a note taped to my door. "Since you won't use your space, we will. The Millers." Yeah, creepy. That night around 1 a.m., my security camera alert goes off. I open the app and see Mr. Miller trying to pick my back door lock. I immediately call the cops. Here's the best part. When the police arrive, Mr. Miller says he was checking on me because he heard noises. Meanwhile, he's holding a backpack full of his sister's toiletries. The cops were not amused. Twist 3. Turns out, the sister's family had actually checked out of their Airbnb early because they assumed the Millers had secured free housing from me. The Millers literally promised them my house. The police made it very clear that if they came onto my property again, charges would follow. And the next morning, the final twist, I found a note on their door. It said, "We've decided to move in with someone who appreciates family." The sister, they had bylaid completely and moved into the Millers' house, all 5 of them plus 4 kids. So now the Millers' house is packed, chaotic and loud, and they absolutely hate it. And me, my house is peaceful, my locks are upgraded, and my camera footage is stored safely, just in case.